Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Chris, and for today, you look so happy. Let's try that.
Special guest.
Okay, let's try one more time. Hi guys.
1, 2. Bloopers.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Hey guys.
Welcome back to my channel. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Chris, and this is my special guest, my best friend,
My best.
Jude. Yay!
Hello everybody.
Today
Hi,
we're gonna do a mukbang. So let's eat because we're starving. So,
What are we eating?
oh yeah, you're right. Today we're having delicious Korean food. We're having potato pancakes, and that's the dipping sauce. Yum.
These are various side dishes called
Yes.
banchan.
Yes.
Kimchi, potatoes.
Kimchi potatoes. Kimchi. This is radish, seaweed, and
Bean sprouts.
bean sprouts. And we have japchae. Lots of yummy veggies. Bulgogi. And we have soup, yummy soup. It's Korean miso soup with tofu.
And of course,
Rice. Yay!
last but not least,
Yes. And I think that's it, right?
rice is life, people.
Yes. And so today, let's eat first. I need a bite because I'm starving. I don't know how people do this, talk and eat. I mean, you do. And Heidi, I'm gonna cut that. I don't want to have to edit this. Yes, you can have some water.
It's just moving.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Do you want some japchae? Of course.
Yes, please.
I have some japchae. Japchae is made, the noodles is made out of sweet potato. It's really good for you. And it's vegan. Yes. Okay. I'm just gonna eat from here.
Usually when the food is good, nobody talks.
Exactly. Where did you get this from, Jude?
In Koreatown. That means Bloor and Christie. In between Christie and Bathurst. So, there you go. Toronto.
Yeah, at Yummy, right? Yummy restaurant.
Yummy and Sunrise. That's our usual go-to.
Yeah, I love yummy.
If you guys don't like the sound of smacking food and people eating, this is not the video for you. I'm trying my best to be as quiet as chewing. Anyways, so today I wanted to discuss, hopefully I can make this into a series if I have enough of my friends who agree to do this. I have a couple of ideas. I wanted to do one with Mariana too. Anyways, that's for another time. Heidi, Dad's calling you.
Okay.
Oh God, editing. You could go.
Oh, I burped. I burped.
Bye.
Bye, Mommy.
Bye, I love you.
Bye, Tita.
Bye.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a hug. I'll make sure not to go in your mouth.
This is potato pancake. And it's
How
kind
is
of like latkes.
Is that
Very
so
similar.
Is that spicy potato cake?
No, I'll save you some later.
Okay, one little bite.
Okay.
It's not spicy.
Baka tawag ako ng children's aid. Kaya bigyan kita.
And usually you dip it with this soy sauce, garlic,
Sesame seed.
sesame seed, and chili flakes.
Concoction. So yeah, Jude and I. Oh, we should tell them how we met. I'm just yelling because I just want to make sure. Because on my laptop, the sound isn't the greatest. On my phone, it's fine, but I have an unusually loud speaker. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes it's louder than our TV. So it's really loud. So that's why I'm just speaking loudly, because my mic hasn't come in yet from Amazon. I got a mic.
Nice.
I know. I'm excited.
We met many moons ago.
Yes. 10 years ago, right? Was
You're
it?
giving it away now. We're that old. But we were very young then.
You guys
I can cut that.
Guys, talk to the camera.
Heidi Bear, I need for you to go.
One more bite.
Because it's gonna be so hard for me to edit this. I have to cut so many things. It's
You want
really
kimchi?
hard. Spicy. Dad is waiting for you in the garage, I think.
Want some of this? Want noodles?
Heidi, go to the garage. Dad's waiting for you in the garage.
Yeah.
So we met at school at George Brown. We were in culinary management.
So good.
And that is in Philippines, just to let you know.
It's gonna be so hard to edit this.
Wait,
Yeah. So Jude, what was your first impression of me? Be careful. Be careful what you say.
Not much has changed, I'll tell you.
Why? Why?
She's the same sprightly lady. Except she has better makeup game now.
Especially the eyebrow game. Today's not the best, but you know. My first impression of Jude was she was so serious all the time.
Yeah.
And she's always late, and nothing has changed.
I try my best. Creative people are always late.
I am paid to them into creative.
God!
Yeah, this chapcha is good, right?
Too bad there's no feature where you guys can taste what we're eating.
Yeah.
Or smell.
I want
Smell
another
of
bite
vision.
of potato.
Okay. Where's Dad?
Oh, he's upstairs. I don't know what. I know he's doing something.
So this is our favorite, one of our favorite Korean dish, japchae.
Oh, yes.
And you can make it yourself. I mean, it's a lot of process, a lot of ingredients, but the end result is just exceptionally delicious every time. It's very healthy, so nothing can go wrong. Unless you overcook the noodles.
Yeah, that would suck.
What else are we talking about?
I am going
Teka lang yan umalis.
Oh.
So Jude, Jollibee's open. Unfortunately, I can't go. Apparently, have you heard?
Yes, I've heard. From the grapevine. From our kababayan. Okay, look, it's been on the news for 3 years that Jollibee's coming to Toronto.
It's almost anticlimactic, but at this point.
And, well, pretty sure there's going to be a long lineup for months. And we ain't all about that life. Well, we did line up. Which one was that? Pablo?
It was a Japanese, yeah. Never again. It's not worth it.
Well, it was summer, so...
It was nice weather. So Jude, how would you, because for today's topic, for this mukbangs, I want to do a topic for every episode, I guess. So for today, because Jude and I are both first generation immigrants, I'm curious, excuse me, to what was your experience like? Can you describe what your expectation was versus your reality coming to Toronto, Canada?
Well, all I knew was there would be snow. What I didn't know was how fucking cold it was gonna be. They said it was gonna be fun. We're gonna go sledding, make snow angels, not be buried in 10 feet of snow. When we came, it was 98 and there was a big snowstorm.
Which part of Toronto did you move?
Well, first we were in Scarborough for a few months and then we moved to North York. And let me think. It was a long time ago.
Did you come with your parents?
I was a kid. Yes, well, my dad came first.
Okay.
And then we followed a few months later with my 2 older sisters and my mother. But we wanted to have family here, so we stayed with them until we were able to set off on our own.
I think, well, I just want to comment. I think for Jude, I think you're lucky that you already had your mom. Did you get separated from your mom? Because for me, my mom was here first, and I didn't see her for a really long time. And it was a big adjustment period.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think because this is a typical Filipino story, don't you think?
Yes.
Where either the mom or the dad, most likely the mom, the mother, would seek opportunity elsewhere outside of Philippines to provide for their family.
Yes.
And when they meet, I think the mom or the dad, if you're not with your kids for a long time, I think they feel like, okay, this is just gonna happen. We're gonna get back to where we left off. And both parties doesn't realize, like, it's awkward.
Yes. You've been estranged for
Yeah.
a few years, and then suddenly you're one big happy family.
Or you're supposed to be a one big happy family. And because I hear stories time and time again in the Filipino community where the relationship is not what you expect, right? And also I think because the conversion is higher, right, from Canadian dollars to pesos. Excuse me. So you're provided for really well. You're in the Philippines, and for at least for my case, I had this idea of, okay, we're gonna move into like this nice house, and it wasn't like my mom's house that she provided for me wasn't nice.
Yeah.
But you just have this super high expectation of what you see on movies, right?
Sidewalks, picket fence.
And 5-bedroom house. And it's not that I didn't appreciate, of course I appreciate my mom. She sacrificed a lot for me. But I think before families reunite, there should at least be some kind of therapy or something.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because I even hear stories where, oh my gosh, my kid comes here and they're so lazy. They don't want to go to school. They don't want to go to work. They don't want to clean because they get so spoiled in the Philippines. Like in the Philippines, the labor is so cheap it's so much easier. It's a lot more accessible for people to have nannies and drivers.
Yeah.
And then you come here like, shit, I have to do things for myself. And so, like, I think Filipinos in general send way too much money in the Philippines. I know some people who they only leave enough allowance for themselves and they spoil their family in the Philippines.
And so people back home have this concept that people working abroad or live abroad have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But it grows on trees.
Yeah.
Miraculously. And every time they ask, they'll be given.
Mm-hmm.
So that sense of entitlement arises.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty problematic.
And apparently now I heard that there's even some Filipinos now who don't even want to come to Toronto because they're so spoiled. They're like, oh, I'd rather be here. Papadalahan na lang ako ng pera. There's too much help. There's too much help.
Where they come and they're like, oh shit, I have to work.
I know. I've got nothing against helping. I love helping. I love helping out. Even my cousin would say I'm too generous. I feel bad for people easily. I'm all for that, but you need to have a limit where I understand that our culture, like, we have to help the family, but I think it comes to a point where it seems like they're helping the whole barangay, and instead of really helping them, you're just making them more dependent on you.
Barangay is like a village?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and because I was wondering, when I came to Toronto, I was like, where are the Filipino doctors? Where are the Filipino entrepreneurs? Where are the Filipino professionals? And nothing wrong with being a nanny. That's a good job. And that's a very important job in a society, taking care of kids.
Yes.
It's like a teacher. Like, you're helping raise this child, and I think that's a very important job. But what I've noticed is I see a lot of Korean entrepreneurs, Chinese doctors. I've only seen once, twice a Filipino doctor, and my theory to that is they sacrifice too much that they don't even give themselves a chance to go to school and upgrade their skills here.
Yeah.
Because they're smart. There's so many smart Filipinos. But because they're so pressured, I think, to send money back home, they'll just settle or they'll do PSW. There's so many people who's doing PSW, not enough doctors. Like, they're smart and they're capable enough to be doctors, but they're like, okay, let's just rush because I need to send money back home.
Or I can't go part-time because I need the money.
Where for some other cultures, they just send money to the immediate family. And also what I think they do is instead of the oldest child just putting the second child through school, they're going to do it to the rest of the family. Where I think what they should do is like, okay, the eldest put the second child through the second sibling through school, and the second sibling should put the third sibling through school, so on and so forth, to alleviate the pressure, right? Because they need to enjoy their life too.
Too much pressure and responsibility falling on one person.
Yeah. So that's why you just have to be honest with your family and say, you know what? I just want to... When I came to the Philippines, I told everyone, like, guys, I just have enough money for myself. I'm not going to be giving away money. Because in our family, they do give away, like, cash. And I appreciated when I got the cash. But you have to wonder, right? So that's what we did was we just had a big party. Because my mom came back home after 25 years. And that's what we did. How about you guys in your family? Do you think your family feels the same pressure?
Yeah, whenever there's family reunion, my parents would send money, bag for okay, my parents would pay for the whole lechon, pig roast. And of course, you're not gonna pay for the whole party. You're not even there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but you know, there's always pressure. Oh, how much are you gonna give?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, that's it. Just give whatever you can afford.
Mm-hmm. And just be
They'll
honest.
always say something, honestly.
And just be honest. If you can't do
Yeah.
it, just say, you know what, I'm sorry. I can't, because living in Toronto is not cheap, guys.
Yes.
It's
I
one
need
of
to
the
look
most
out for
expensive.
my own family first.
And it's the most expensive city in the world. One of the most.
Mhm.
Not the most, but one of the most. So I think, of course, there's advantages of being really close knit and giving money, but I think sometimes people do take advantage.
Oh yeah.
People take advantage. Because people are too nice sometimes.
And then they have a thing where they post it on Facebook. Thank you, this, and then everybody knows, and then everybody's gonna come for you.
My rule, if someone is, if, and it's very rare that I do, so don't message me on Facebook. If someone is trying to have utang, and I haven't done it, but I told myself, if I ever do that, I'm just gonna give that person the money. Because they're not gonna pay you back.
Right?
That happened to my own family where people borrow money and they're like, you know.
Pahingi. And then it's like, oh, I owe you?
So it's
Years
like, you know what?
later.
Don't even expect. Don't even expect to have
Or
it
number
back.
one thing, arbor. Where they want to borrow your nicest things and they won't give it back to you. It's like, can I have, but can I borrow? But really, I want your stuff. And you're like, no. But if you cared, you would say yes. But then you'd be resentful that you gave it and then they didn't give it back to you.
And in
Either
the,
way, you lose. If you give it.
I know. Or if you don't, they're like, oh my gosh, they're so cheap.
You're so greedy.
And I want to also discuss, in the Philippines, dang, like here it's taboo to fat shame or skinny shame, but there, man, they don't care.
Oh, what happened to you?
Why are you so fat now? You saw me last when I was a teenager. Of course, I was 100 pounds back then.
Why are you so
And
skinny?
And guys, don't tell people they're fat because they know. Okay, I know I gain weight. Like I see myself in the mirror every day. Or like, why are you so skinny? Do you even eat? It's like, come on. I know this word.
Oh, you're so tiny. You're so skinny.
Are you okay?
You're not eating enough?
And Jude, I also want to discuss with you the advertisements in the Philippines. I was so shocked, you guys. Everyone is like so light skinned, and a lot of them are half white. How do you feel about, I don't know, it's like I think a controversial topic, because I've got nothing against,
Well, this
hapas.
goes back way to the 1950s where there was a casting person that predominantly would hire half white, half Filipino actors. It doesn't matter if they can act or not. So if you look back into the Philippine history of acting and filmmaking, you would see that most of the superstars are either, we call them mestiza, and you would hardly see any, normal looking Filipino.
or your typical Filipino.
Yeah.
Our geography, we live in a tropical country. Of course, we're gonna evolve. Like our ancestors, of course, are gonna evolve having more melanin because we need protection from the sun. And what I've noticed too is that they are people who, or celebrities who have more of moreno, either they're comedians or they're
second leads
or like contrabida, right?
Yeah.
And so I would always say, like, here, we need representation. We need Asian representation. In the Philippines, they need representation for your typical beautiful Filipino, right?
Yes.
Because all Filipinos of different shapes and colors, melanin, they're all beautiful. But, yeah, how do you feel about 2015, Pia Warshbach was half German, and now I think the Binibining Pilipinas she's half Australian.
What do I think about that?
Yeah, you think there's a bias?
Of course there is.
Boo!
I'm sure you can find a full-blooded Filipino that can represent the country and win.
Yeah, and a lot of also the artistas that I saw growing up that were morena now are all like light skin. And they have obsession with glutathione. It's not healthy. If it's not healthy to tan purposefully, it's the same on the opposite spectrum. It's not healthy to put glutathione shots or IV. I mean, I know that's not the only way. You can also take it by pills or lotion, but I conform to that too, and I didn't even know. And that's the thing with this beauty standards and self-hate is it's insidious.
Yes.
So you guys, when you see advertisement in the Philippines and everyone's half Filipino, not everyone, obviously that's a hyperbolic, but if you see a lot of, almost all of the celebrities are light skinned, we're basically telling our young brown Filipinas and Filipinos that that's the standard of beauty, and we look at ourselves. I would look at myself and I'm like, I'm not that. And I think that's why Black Panther was so powerful.
Yeah.
Because we see dark-skinned, beautiful women and men are elevated. And I think we need to have the same thing in the Philippines.
Oh, yes. That we do.
Yeah. Oh, did you see they have, I forgot the title, about this, it's like kind of like the Game of Thrones of the Philippines. It's like tribes. Anyways, there were a lot of uproar because the biggest star, Liza, I forgot her name. I don't follow Filipino thing, but a lot of people were writing think pieces about how come she's the one representing like the native Filipino. She's not even 100% Filipino.
Come on.
But I don't even think, to be honest, and aside, unless you're Negrito or Ifugao or Agbat in Bicol, like if you're there's really no one who's full Filipino just because of the pillaging and raping that was going on. I'm sure everyone's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, right?
Well, Philippines, there's a lot of neighboring countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, and even Taiwan, Japan, China, of course, back in the day, pre-colonial Spanish era. There was a lot of trading going on, so...
But you guys know what we mean.
Yes.
Like your typical beautiful... Or I don't like getting the comments, I'm sure you get it too, where, oh, you don't look Filipino, you're beautiful, but you don't look Filipino. Like, at first when you're young, you're like, oh, is that a compliment? And then you realize, like, why is that a compliment?
Yeah.
Is being Filipino not supposed to be beautiful? Do you get that comment sometimes?
Oh, I didn't think you were Filipino. This is coming from another Filipino person. And I felt like she didn't really talk to me. And then when she found out I was Filipino, she was like excited. Like, oh, really? I thought you were Thai or Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, now you want to talk to me? Because I'm Filipino. Do you want me to talk to you in Tagalog, ate?
Or have you noticed here in... Oh, guys, we need to wrap it up really soon. But lastly, have you noticed in Filipino gatherings, they'll look you up and down. Everybody's like checking each other out. Is that only a Filipino thing? Or is that
Especially well, I don't know. In our family, it's the matriarch because she's widowed. A lot of our grandmas outlive our grandfathers. And she would be the first to instigate.
What?
Ooh. Wow, you look so different. What's different with you? What's new? You have a boyfriend? Are you married now?